The story of immigration to the United States is not a new one. In my case, my mother's family got here a really long time ago on the Mayflower.
My family came from France and Cuba to settle here in the U.S.
Everyone in my dad's family in Iran would come to the U.S. to be educated. My dad came in 1972 or 73. And then the revolution happened and he couldn't go back to Iran.
My grandparents came here, each of them individually, in about 1907. They came from Russia, well, maybe Poland, maybe Ukraine, just depends where the border was.
I was born in Chile and I came 17 years ago when my husband had the idea to study his doctoral degree.
All four of my grandparents were born abroad in Sicily and southern Italy, and came to this country in the early years of the turn of the last century.
My father grew up in Pakistan. He was actually born in what was India then. And my mom is British. And my dad always had greater ambitions to leave. And the only way to leave was to be a doctor.
My mom came to the United States when she was about 10 years old from Argentina. My dad's family came from Italy.
My mom's side is Hispanic and my dad's side is German, Lithuanian, Swedish, Russian, so grew up in a very mixed culture.
So I came here from Zimbabwe when my mom packed her oldest daughter for the first time with one suitcase the size of a horse halfway across the world to go to undergraduate college in Springfield, Missouri.
I'm the son of William and Ann Tao, who immigrated from mainland China to St. Louis in 1947.
My parents immigrated to the United States separately. My mom in 1957, my dad in 1959. They had 7 children. One of them is an MBA, another one is a CPA. 4 of them are doctors. One of the doctors is a published poet. And I'm an artist and an educator.
It's an ongoing story of our great country, the melting pot.
I love living here in St. Louis and working with a lot of diverse communities.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Casa de Salud's Zocaloco Gala. Thank you for joining us as we celebrate the incomparable contributions to our community, the partnerships that bring life to this amazing organization, and the volunteers who make Casa the heartbeat of our healthy community. My name is Jeff Fowler, and I'm proud to be a Casa de Salud board member.
And I'm Cici Beltran, also a board member, and just as proud. And we're thrilled to serve as your co-host for the evening.
We have a pretty full agenda with stories that move and awards that inspire.
Achievements to celebrate and plans that excite.
So Cici and I are kicking things off with just a quick reminder of why we're here.
And of course, why you're here.
We're here to advance Casa de Salud's mission.
To provide access to high quality medical and mental health care to our region's underserved immigrant communities.
It's a critical need. We're aware, even with the best support and resources, of how frustratingly complex our healthcare system can be.
Think of your own experiences coordinating care among multiple providers, understanding what your insurance will or won't cover, or seeking out resources to make informed decisions regarding your healthcare.
Now take all that and multiply it by not knowing the processes and procedures, what to expect, and even the language.
Not knowing who to go to, who to talk to, what to do next, not even knowing really where to start.
For tens of thousands of our newly arrived neighbors, people who fall through the holes in the safety net or even live under the safety net, where to start is Casa.
Casa de Salud is their gateway to a life of health and wellness, to the extraordinary, transformative services offered by our network of regional healthcare partners and sponsors. Over the past 13 years, Casa has ushered 25,000 patients through that gateway. But every patient we serve, there's 2 more waiting for care.
For more than 200 years, St. Louis has been a city of immigrants. Latino, French, British, German, Italian, Irish, Bosnian, Indian, and most recently, Afghan and Ukrainian.
For 200 years, we've opened the gateway to new neighbors. It's what our iconic arch celebrates. This is your opportunity to continue that history, to keep that gateway open to the latest arrivals, to welcome your new neighbors and their contributions to our community.
The populations we serve are vital to the economic, cultural, and physical health of our region. They are hard to reach, but as a trusted partner, CASA can reach them. That is why we ask for your support to extend CASA's reach deeper into our community. For every patient we serve, as Cece said, 2 more are waiting to receive care. Please use the QR code and the following link to help us reach our fundraising goal and make 2023 our most impactful year yet. Together, we can make a difference in the lives of those in our community who need it the most.
Thank you for your generosity. And while you're navigating the wonders of digital giving, we're going to turn the program over to CASA's President and CEO, Diego Avente, who will talk a bit more about CASA's recent accomplishments and plans for the future. Diego?
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for this year's annual Zocaloco Gala. We are so grateful and excited for your participation in this event. CASA is the heartbeat of our community, and tonight we celebrate the hard work of our staff and volunteers who over the past months have answered the call of so many members of our community. CASA's patients and clients represent more than 86 different nationalities and come from 60 different counties across Missouri and Illinois. We take great pride in the work and are fulfilled by the opportunity to pay forward what this country has given us to those who follow in our footsteps. We also take great inspiration in the people that we serve. These folks are immigrants who work on the front lines of our economy, in the food service, supply chain, construction, and transportation industries. These critical workers are part of the essential workforce, and they're helping to build a thriving region. Their health and well-being is important to our neighborhoods and to our economy. This is why organizations like Casa de Salud are so crucial. Over the past 3 years, we've served well over 10,000 patients. And last year alone, we served more than 3,500 people, providing them more than 9,000 services across medical, mental health care, and case management. From humble beginnings, CASA has grown its capacity to serve every single year since we opened our doors in 2010. We're now part of the medical and mental health care safety net, partnering with area hospitals, federally qualified healthcare centers, and other organizations in the community to help ensure continuity of care. And none of this would have been possible without the support of our foundational partner, St. Louis University. And that's why I'm so excited to recognize Dr. Fred Pistello with our Visionary Award. Our relationship with the university allows CASA access to academic and research experience and expertise, while providing SLU faculty and students an opportunity to learn how to provide care across cultures. Our partners like the City of St. Louis Department of Health, SSM Health, BJC Healthcare, and Ascension also are helping to keep our patients better informed, more connected, and healthy. And this year we recognize Nick Ragone of Ascension with our Community Champion Award. Nick works tirelessly to raise awareness and funds for in-need communities in the area and is a tremendous asset to our community. Looking ahead to the next 12 months, we're excited to implement our new 2023 strategic plan. The plan sets forth a bold vision to develop responsible and sustainable funding for operations, make significant investments in our people and our infrastructure, and continues to build on the meaningful community partnerships like the ones highlighted in this year's gala. To deliver on that plan, we need your continued support. Together, we can make a difference in the lives of those in our community who need it the most. Please stand in hope with us. I thank you all for helping us deliver our mission and look forward to working with you as we continue to grow to meet the needs of our constituents. We're proud of these accomplishments and even more grateful to the partners who make it possible. The great St. Louis healthcare institutions who provide systems and resources and truly collegial collaboration, the business and individual donors who generously provide essential funding, the men and the women who as directors give invaluable time to guide our work here at CASA, and of course, our incredibly hard-working and imaginative staff. But no one contributes more fundamentally to the mission of this organization than the dedicated healthcare professionals who lend their knowledge, their experience, their passion, and their time to help heal our patients and make CASA a haven for health in our community. Take a look.
And up next, we have a story about a CASA patient whose life was impacted tremendously by the providers and case managers here at CASA. We're excited to share this story with you.
It's a powerful reminder of why we're all here today and the difference that CASA makes in the lives of so many people in our community.
Porque lo que pasa que yo tengo mi familia en México.
What happens is that I have my family in Mexico, and when I was working well, I gave them monetary help.
Antonio was a landscaper working to try and support his family back home, which is a very common story of a lot of our patients. So they come to the US to try and earn some money, send it back home to support their families, maybe eventually bring their families here. But Antonio was working, living with family here in the US, here in St. Louis, and he started to lose his eyesight. And he wasn't sure what was going on. He needed his eyesight as a landscaper to literally see his work. And so when he started losing his eyesight, it was obviously very scary for him and for his family.
Principalmente yo me di cuenta por medios de...
I heard from outside sources, principally from my nephew, that I could come here. When I came to Casa de Salud, my sister would have to take me by the arm because I couldn't see well enough.
He had been coming to CASA for primary care and then received a referral to go to an ophthalmologist because the doctor noticed he was getting some cataracts.
They examined my vision and they told me I could not do this with glasses. They did 2 more analyses and then they told me that I would need surgery.
Not only was it very scary to get things figured out, but even once he got them figured out and knew what he had, knew what he needed to do, had all the resources, the family support, the support from Casa de Salud to get that surgery, to go with him, to set up a interpreter so he could speak his own language with his provider. So because he didn't have health insurance, he had to apply for financial assistance in order to be approved for the surgery.
My boss had told me, I can't give you any more time, so I worked in cleaning or whatever I could do to earn money.
And especially with all of the restrictions with COVID-19 pandemic, a lot of elective surgeries or non-urgent surgeries were delayed. So even if he could have gotten in right away and gotten approved for his surgery, we don't know how long he would have been waiting.
Every time that they would talk to the people from the hospital, they would let me know. They would say, your procedure is a little closer. And thank God and thanks to the Casa de Salud, it was given to me.
Every step of the way, it was just roadblock, 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 until finally they had all the pieces and he ended up getting approved. So it was really great news when the case manager, pulled me aside and said, hey, by the way, that case you worked on, 8 months ago, he finally got approved and has surgery scheduled in January. It took 11 months for him to get approved for financial assistance from the moment I met with him first to the time that he was approved and able to schedule his surgery.
They did do surgery on me, and they gave me letters that were very small. I can see perfectly, thanks to God, thanks to the doctors, thanks to Casa de Salud.
When I first met Antonio back in January of 2021, I never actually met him in person, so we were still in the midst of pandemic protocols. And so most of our interactions were actually over the phone or dropping off paperwork or mailing paperwork back and forth. So when I first met him, it was actually after his surgery, after he got his sight back. It was the first time he told me, it's nice to see you. And that meant so much to him to be able to say those words.
I would like to thank the people at Casa de Salud. I'm very grateful to them. I haven't had any problem, and they've taken good care of me.
Cece, that was such an inspiring story. It's amazing to see the life-changing impact that the team at Casa has on their patients.
Absolutely, Jeff. But let's not forget that there are so many more patients out there who need our help. As we've said, for every patient that Casa sees, there are 2 more waiting to receive care.
And that's where you can make a difference, folks. Casa needs your support to continue providing critical care to patients like Antonio.
So please, consider making a donation today. Your support will help Casa ensure that we can continue providing the services and care that so many people in our community need.
Simply scan the QR code with your phone or go to the link below to make a donation. It's as easy as that.
Thank you in advance for your generosity and support. It truly means the world to the patients and families who rely on Casa.
And while you're getting your wallets out, I want to introduce you to our next guest speaker, who has been a passionate advocate for the health and well-being of all St. Louisans, Dr. Madi, the Director of Health for the City of St. Louis.
She knows firsthand the importance of bringing together all the resources we have in the community to work in concert. We share common goals of language access, behavioral health, and health equity, among others. It really does take a village, and we're so grateful to have partners like Dr. Madi and the City of St. Louis Department of Health supporting our work.
So let's give a warm welcome to Dr. Madi as she shares her insight and experience working collaboratively to achieve improved public health outcomes and health equity.
Hello, and thank you for joining us for the 2023 Zocaloco Gala to benefit Casa de Salud. My name is Dr. Mati Tlachuayo Davis, and I serve as the Director of Health for the City of St. Louis. Like many of the clients served at Casa de Salud, I'm an immigrant to this country, where I have found a home with my husband and 2 daughters. The experience of losing my father as a teen as he dealt with many health issues by himself inspired me to pursue a career in both public health and medicine. Through my education and my work at the VA and Washington University School of Medicine, I worked to ensure equitable access to healthcare for all. As the City of St. Louis Director of Health, I saw a void in our department when it came to the mental health of our residents. With the backing of Mayor Jones, the Department of Health has created a Behavioral Health Bureau. Our purpose is to help connect St. Louisans to much-needed care and resources to improve health outcomes while improving public safety across our neighborhoods. Through the Bureau, the department looks to identify all community partners, including Casa de Salud, and create a space for engagement, collaboration, and support. We look to develop new ways to share data and materials to address the behavioral health issues facing the city and St. Louis region as a whole. We will curate a joint plan for advancing behavioral health initiatives for city youth. We are already bringing stakeholders and partners together to address substance use and misuse in the city of St. Louis with strategic planning, prevention work, and coordinated treatment and recovery efforts. The work of our Behavioral Health Bureau, combined with my medical background, mirror the mission of Casa de Salud. The Department of Health has been proud to partner with Casa de Salud to provide life-saving COVID-19 vaccines over the past 2 years, allowing non-English speaking St. Louisans the opportunity to get vaccinated without a language barrier. Initiatives like improving mental health in St. Louis and reducing barriers by identifying health disparities are some steps towards achieving health equity in our community. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says we can achieve health equity when every person has the right to attain his or her full health potential, and that no one is disadvantaged from achieving this potential because of social position or other structural determined circumstances. Here at the Department of Health, our goal is to ensure equity is infused into every aspect of our team and our programming. Casa de Salud is part of the important work to create health equity in St. Louis from its established connection to the immigrant community through its work to fill a void in making primary health care accessible, especially to uninsured and underinsured patients. The Department of Health thanks the team at Casa de Salud for their work and asks you to help support their crucial mission. Thank you.
Tonight, we honor a visionary leader who has made a significant impact on our community, Dr. Fred Postello. Casa de Salud was created to respond to the unmet healthcare needs of our region's under and uninsured immigrant community. And St. Louis University was there from the very beginning as our foundational partner. From CASA's humble beginnings at our South Campus location, we have grown our capacity to serve every year since we opened our doors in 2010. This success is due in large part to the ongoing support we receive from St. Louis University, carrying that even further when in 2018, St. Louis University provided support to build out our mental health care facility. Tonight, we are proud to recognize the president of St. Louis University, Dr. Fred Postello, with our 2023 Casa de Salud Visionary Award. Our relationship with the university allows CASA access to academic and research experience and expertise while providing SLU faculty and students an opportunity to learn how to provide care across cultures. The partnership with Casa de Salud is one great example of how the university is delivering to the community. Dr. Postello has been a vital part of this partnership and has been instrumental in helping Casa de Salud provide high-quality healthcare services to our immigrant neighbors. His leadership, vision, and dedication to the mission of the university have made a significant impact on our community, and we are honored to recognize him tonight. Thank you, Dr. Postello, for your partnership and commitment to the Casa de Salud community.
Thank you, Jeff. And thank you to the board, leadership, and staff of Casa de Salud for this honor. I accept this award on behalf of my colleagues at St. Louis University, who have devoted their time, expertise, and treasure to support the mission of Casa de Salud. St. Louis University has been a foundational partner to CASA. Our partnership is rooted in the core values we share. As a Catholic Jesuit university, SLU is committed to care for the whole person, physically, mentally, and spiritually. We are dedicated to ensuring that those who are most vulnerable have access to quality health care. We believe in serving for and with others, building community, and working in partnership to make a transformative impact. These commitments are also at the heart of CASA's extraordinary work. I am proud of the way that SLU supports CASA, especially through the efforts of the dedicated medical students, faculty, and administrators who serve as volunteers and board members. Through their time at CASA, our medical students learn to be community-focused, compassionate healthcare providers. Many of them stay in St. Louis, becoming clinicians who serve this region. Those who go on to other locales bring the values and vision of CASA with them. In this way, and many others, CASA's impact extends beyond the exceptional medical care it provides. CASA nurtures a global community here in St. Louis. It helps create a city in which all people can build healthy lives, raise thriving families, and contribute to vibrant neighborhoods. Each day, CASA demonstrates that when our work is grounded in love and compassion, we can build a future for St. Louis. It is humbling to receive the Visionary Award from an organization that is creating such a compelling vision of what the St. Louis region can and should become. On behalf of all of my colleagues at St. Louis University, thank you. Thank you for this award, and thank you for the great honor of working in partnership with you. May God continue to bless you and your work.
There is a lot of migratory grief because this is like part of themselves that have been taken away. And then to adapt to this new culture, which is like a language is different, landscape is different, family had been leaving behind. That is very hard.
Sometimes the journey that clients have taken to get to the U.S. is very dangerous, very traumatic. We've seen people who have experienced kidnapping, seen people be killed, had family members who were targeted in their home country.
We have past traumas, our clients that have past traumas, but we do have clients that have present traumas.
They have to deal with that hostility and also with the limitations that their system also have toward them. For example, they don't have medical insurance.
How can I strengthen my relationship? How can I be a better parent to my kids? How can I not feel so depressed? I think those are all the daily struggles of living, working, being in relationships with other people, and people aren't born knowing how to do that successfully.
We're helping them to overcome the fears and all the traumas that they have, but also we help them providing resources, external resources for housing, food, and other needs that they have too.
We need to connect them with maybe another resources, like for example, lawyers or case managers or social workers.
At the MHC, there's a big focus on family therapy, and it's very common to have multiple members of one family who are receiving counseling, sometimes as a family, or sometimes a couple receives counseling. Kids are receiving therapy with their own therapists, and the therapists are able to coordinate care with each other because we're part of this collaborative.
Lauren and I always make sure that if a client is in a really bad situation, we help them from the beginning to the end. We try to do whatever we can, and it's in our hands. We have this client that came to the MHC looking for help. This person was facing domestic violence, and the MHC, our group, is the only safest place for her. This person doesn't have anybody in this city more than her partner. The partner is abusive, and due to the circumstances, she came to the MHC looking for help, and then since then, she has been seen at the MHC with one of our counselors. At the same time, she had so many issues with, financial assistance and many circumstances. She has many health problems. So we coordinate the care coordination here at Casa de Salud so she can receive different services. So what I want to tell is that this person feels safe with us. Even though there are so many circumstances why she's still attached to this person, it's getting so much better, and we hope that in the future we can help her out with all the issues that she has. But I know that what she is going through right now, it's painful for her, but we're trying to, little by little help her out to beneficiate from us, and then one day maybe she can be doing her stuff by her own. Why not?
We can help them make sense of what's happened and live a life that's more fulfilling in the future.
They feel stuck and they need to be listened and they need to be valued. So they become visible for somebody, and that really empowers them so they can continue moving on.
Sometimes we face really bad situations during the day. Sometimes there are not bad situations. So yeah, I go home happy knowing that I do care for people.
And we want to thank everyone for joining us this evening to share in all of the successes and the community support and the lives that have been touched by Casa de Salud. Please use the QR code and the following link to help us reach our fundraising goal and make 2023 our most impactful year yet. Together, we can make a difference in the lives of those in our community who need it the most. We thank you for your support.
CASA's Community Champions Award is exactly what the name suggests. It's presented to an impactful leader who has stood forth as a champion of community needs and concerns. Nick Ragon is the formidably talented Executive Vice President and Chief Marketing and Communications Officer for Ascension, the St. Louis-based largest nonprofit health system. He led the national rebranding of the system's local entities under the name Ascension, the largest such undertaking ever in the provider space, and was named one of Forbes magazine's 50 game-changing marketing leaders. But Nick's talents extend far beyond the Ascension boardroom. He serves on the Missouri State Board of Health and Senior Services. In keeping with Ascension's transition from a hospital-centered to a community-centered delivery model, Nick is actively involved as an advisor to many national and local charities. He sits on the boards of Project Lead the Way, a national education nonprofit, of the Missouri chapter of the American Lung Association, of the St. Louis Sports Commission, of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater St. Louis, and the United Way of Greater St. Louis. He created the Ascension Charity Classic PGA Tour Champions event, which has raised over $3 million for local charities. In 2022, he and his wife received the St. Louis Archdiocese Cardinal Regali Award for their charitable work in the community. It gives me great pleasure to introduce CASA's good friend and 2023 Community Champion, Nick Ragon.
I am humbled and honored to receive Casa de Salud's 2023 Community Champions Award following in a long line of distinguished recipients. I'm humbled for many, many reasons, but most notably because CASA's mission, let me quote here, to facilitate and deliver high-quality medical and mental health services for uninsured and underinsured patients, focusing on new immigrants and refugees who face barriers to accessing other sources of care, so closely aligns with Ascension's mission, which is to deliver personalized and compassionate care to all with special attention to the underserved and most vulnerable in society. I'm blessed to work for a healing ministry whose focus is to reduce the health disparities that still exist in our society and provide greater access to quality care. It's what called me to Ascension nearly 10 years ago and what continues to motivate and inspire me every day. I'm blessed to be able to support the work that Diego and the entire CASA team do every day in providing care and compassion for our community, and I draw inspiration from the difference that CASA is making in the lives of so many. From the first time I met Bob Fox and Diego, I fell in love with CASA's mission, and that fondness has only grown over time. Among the many disruptions that COVID has brought to our society, it has revealed an existing and growing schism in access to quality health care in our communities and across the nation. In some ways, it has only served to accelerate those disparities. Now more than ever, CASA is critical in making sure we reverse and eliminate the care inequities that have gone unchecked for much too long. As a community, and really as a region, we're only as strong as all the members of our community. And that begins with health. Everyone deserves affordable, high-quality health care. And not only that, everyone deserves access to mental and behavioral health care that is so sorely needed in our communities today. And that's what Casa de Salud is all about. I commend the board, Diego, and the entire team for all that you do every day. The people you care for face untold barriers as it is, and you're lightening their load in a vital way. I am humbled and honored to receive this recognition. Thank you for allowing me to play a small part in this incredibly big mission.
As President and CEO of SSM Health, I am proud to partner with Casa de Salud in support of our shared mission to provide high-quality health care to underserved individuals and communities.
BJC Healthcare and Casa share a common goal of ensuring equitable access to health services for all.
Working together, we were able to help more people.
BJC is working to eliminate health disparities in under-resourced communities, and we're proud to support Casa as they do the same.
We are improving the health of our community and ensuring everyone has the care and support they need to live their healthiest lives.
And we look forward to continuing to work together to serve our community.
Good evening. I'm a volunteer at Casa de Salud because giving of one's time is huge. It's one of the most valuable things we have. And tonight you've given us your time. So on behalf of all the partners and all the sponsors, volunteers, and patients, we thank you. While much work has been done, there is still much more to do. So if you've not yet had a chance to make your donation, please point your phone at the QR code on the screen to take you to our donation page. Anything you can do will be greatly appreciated. Do you know what Casa de Salud means? I bet you know that Casa means house and de means of, while Salud means health, house of health. So as our evening draws to a close, I want to thank you and wish you all the best. Salud.